You're listening to KYST 89.3, The Bone. The Bone. And now time for South Tucson Youth Football. Simulcast on AM 1400, The Growler. And on South Tucson Local Access Channel 22.
Oh, man.
Good morning, Arizona. We are here at the Muni in South Tucson, Arizona for the first of four quarterfinals, second round, whatever you want to call it, games this weekend. 2 today, 2 tomorrow. We're focusing on the left side of the bracket today. Danish lose Chutney House, number 8 seed. Got a big win over the Mulch Hut last week. They take on the number 1 overall seed, Flappy, Pappy's Pancake, Shanty. 10-1 season, Chutney League championship, and their first ever number 1 overall seed. They forced the 3-and-out for Danish lose to start things off. We did miss the kickoff. We apologize for that, but you know, these games, they try to get them off right away, and you can see the social distancing not exactly being followed in the stands. That's not out of protest. That's not out of protest or any sort of reason. They just don't fully understand the concept, or you know, I think someone said, you know, we just beat Ebola, so we're not too worried. So I don't know if that means they think they're behind the times on it, or if that has any sort of correlation. But nonetheless, that's a shot up the middle. That's gonna be a 4th down and a 3-and-out as well for Flappy Pappy's 3 minutes into this game. The winner of this goes on to the semi-finals. Flappy Pappy's one of the first-round buys, as that punt's going to put Danish lose right on the 49, so a bit of a short field here, almost crossing halfway. And they're going to hand it off to Scientific Map, who's going to get, about half of their way they need to go to the goal line, down to the 24. 27-yard gain on that one. And they'll hand it off to Scientific Map. We'll head to the Embiggener, which, of course, shows you the inner workings of that play. And that's going to be a short dump off to Oblivious Newscaster. He's in for the opening score. Touchdown, Danish lose. And the 8 seed gets things started with a 7-0 lead about 3.5 minutes into this game. Velveeta Dream will field the kickoff from his own end zone. And Flappy Pappy's on their second possession. Start things off from the 30. Of course, it's going to be Carpathia Titanic. That was a big 9-yard gain to start. He's going to get 2 yards for enough for the first down, which is not a problem. But Carpathia Titanic, one of the more dangerous running backs in all of South Tucson. I think he's had just an amazing first year as a new recruit, and he's got a lot more. There's a lot more under those legs to improve. I think it's gonna be a dangerous Flappy Pappy's team for years to come, and that's gonna be a handoff. Oh, they brought him down for a loss of 4, 2nd and 14 from the 30, back where they. And that's gonna hit Nicholas for a first down, and there's that explosive offense, but it's gonna get called back. He pushed off. It's a pass interference call. They're back to the 40, and 2nd and 24, 2nd and long here, and that's gonna get a couple of those yards back to Christensen. 3rd and 15. This is a makeable 3rd down, but Barber has some time, and he goes long. Oh, incomplete. He was going for the touchdown. He saw Velveeta Dream in the end zone, or just about to cross the plane. Not gonna do it. They'll settle for a long field goal. That was not an easy one. That was from the 32-yard line, so that's a 49-yarder. But they get on the board. Down 4, still early in this game. Flappy Pappies have broken the scoring drought, I guess, if you want to even call it. And Scientific Mappa is going to get brought back to the line of scrimmage.
Sit up. Sit up.
Flappy Pappies, will they get the ball back? And Carpathia Titanic is off to the races. And he gets stopped by the safety. The last-ditch effort to make that tackle. And they're down to the 18. That was surely a touchdown. Otherwise, Titanic, again, 3 yards. 34-yard run to start this drive off. Gage Barber evading the tackle. Hits Edwards. Dan Marley Edwards. Oh, evades the jukes past the tackle. Gets the 14-yard touchdown, and just like that, Flappy Pappies, in the dying seconds of the first quarter, have the lead 10-7. Scientific map again. That's such a linchpin to this offense. But they're going to need some help from their passing game. Tucker Hughes has been really overachieving. No one really kind of pegged him for being such a strong quarterback, and he's got brilliant running back to back him up. Young running back. Scientific map's also going to have just a great career, I think, ahead of him, as well as some receivers that can really just find those catches where they need to. Hughes dropping back yet again. Oh, incomplete. Fourth and 8, and they will be forced to punt, and this is really the difference maker, is that they can get a bit going, but Flappy Pappies are just so good at... Well, where did that go? Did that go out of bounds? No, it took a bounce and went out of bounds. It was not a touchback. And, well, it doesn't matter. Carpathia Titanic brings them all the way up to the 19. So it might as well have been a touchback after that play. First down from the 19. Barber, flag on the play. This might be a free play. He gets sacked. And it's offensive holding, which they're going to decline. It's going to be a 2nd and 22. That's a 12-yard loss. They're right back where they were. And I don't know who Barber was throwing that to, but it's incomplete. 3rd and 22. Need to get some of these yards back so they're not punting from their own end zone. Well, who else would you give it to? Carpathia Titanic. So improves their field position just a bit. They're going to punt this one. Well, the punter's going to be at the 10 instead of from his own end zone. And Royal will field it. He's going to get easily to the 50, and he's going to get just about that far. So in the opposing 49, the shortest field so far for Danish Lose. Can they make something of it? That was incomplete. A lot of traffic. Oblivious newscaster. Lucky he didn't get that one picked off. Handing it off the map, we head to the Embiggener to see the first down. You can just see the inner workings of that play. It's like an auto zoom on life. You just see every body part, every move, every slight. It's just such an impressive bit of technology we have that it just shows you so much more of the game. And oh, Hughes is going to get sacked for a gigantic loss, 12 yards. It's 3rd and 28. They've been moving backwards this whole possession. Map gets him to the 50. Well, it's going to be a punt that will pin Flappy Pappies pretty deep if they can. That's going to get they'll field it at the 10. Casey's up to, it's out of bounds before the 25. And it is still a 3-point game, but Flappy Pappies have a chance to extend this lead yet again. That's incomplete. Got the first down. Titanic all the way through and down to the 33. Just like that. He's got such explosiveness that I have not seen a single offense really be able to stop this team and their running game. And he's only going to get better year after year. Titanic again. Look at that talent. All the way down to the 2. 134 yards so far with 4 minutes to go in the first half. And that would have almost been an interception. That was a dangerous misthrow by Barber, and he's going to get sacked for another one. 3rd and goal, down to the 7. I think they might have to just... Oh, they're going to throw it again. A lot of time, and he's taken down yet again. 4th and goal. Well, the pass rush is doing its job, forcing a field goal. It's good. It's a 6-point game. Danish lose with 2:49 to go. Still have a chance to take the lead going into the half. Map again. Well, they're going to hand it off to him again. He gets the first down. Bounces off a defender. But forward progression does not affect the bouncing. And they get the touchdown, so taking it into the half. Well, not taking it into the half. There's still 1:18 to go. Flappy Pappies. They are starting to regret those 2 field goals that might have given us a different story here. Danish lose are not going away. And why should we think they are? 8-3. 2 of those losses are to teams that are getting first-round buys this year. Francois Creperie and Mama Luganos, who will be hosting our next game right after this against the 5-seed Smoked Meat every day. That's the 4 versus 5 matchup. Should be a fantastic game. And Gage Barber, big drop back, hits Dan Marley Edwards. There's a flag, so it's offensive holding. They're really shooting themselves in the foot. This has been the issue for Flappy Pappy so far today. Any sort of headway is getting just nullified, and that's going to hit Nicholas for 16 yards. Carry Nicholas, big catch. 2nd and 4, and Titanic is brought down in the backfield for a loss of 3. And, well, you can just hit Carpathia Titanic. And with seconds to go, they're going to kick a field goal to try to take the lead. No good. So with 3 seconds to go, this will basically put us at the... Yeah, that's going to be a catch. Oh, it's incomplete. Just kind of hits him in the arm, I think. That's going to take us to the half. Danish lose. 1-point lead over the 1-seed Flappy Pappies. So much to play for. Second half continues after we pause for station identification.
You're listening to KYST 89.3, The Bone. And now time for South Tucson Youth Football, simulcast on AM 1400, The Ground, and on South Tucson Local Access Channel 22.
Oh, man.
Back with you for the second half of this one. Flappy Pappies, they start things off with the football so they can take the lead with this possession. They get all the way up to the line of scrimmage, but do not cross it. So just give it to Carpathian Titanic, who will go all the way. Oh, the other safety got him that time. Down to the 27, a 33-yard gain. Danish lose down by 2. They are very much still alive in this game. 7:23 to go. They're going to rush for that first down. Scientific map. It's been a battle of the star running backs of these teams. And it's why have it be any different than what it's been all year? Scientific map again to the embiggener. He's going to be down to the 33-yard line. 133 yards for that kid. And Tucker Hughes is going to get brought down in the back again by Skart Tuckweiler. His 4th sack of the game, and this offensive line for Danish lose. Well, I mean, they're the, all the talented kids get told to play on the defensive line, for the more fun hits like that. But, some of these offensive linemen gotta, I guess offensive line kids. Scientific map's gonna get a couple of those yards back. 3rd and 19, but still, it's shotgun formation. 1 running back there, 3 wide receivers and a tight end, and he's going to hit map again. It puts him into field goal position, so Danish Lose can get a 1-point lead back by kicking this one. It's up. It is no good. It was no good for a 45-yard attempt. And Carpathian Titanic just gets the catch and just powers his way to the first down. And Carpathian Titanic, he's brought down in the backfield. So, Bernard Mitchell again. Well, why not hand it off to him again? He's getting stopped and brought down. Wow, what a stop by the defensive line of Danish Lose. Just kind of not moving and just saying, nah, you're falling down. And they have to punt. So, Danish Lose still only down by 2. And we're getting to the end of the 3rd quarter. This is getting to be a tight one. Hughes has it to map short of the first down, and the defense, again, just amazing. When you have such talented offense, that's going to be the great equalizer here, is what can your defense do to stop the other guy. So we know both these teams, they've proven themselves. They've got amazing offenses. They got quarterbacks that can handle it and throw the ball. They got really talented wide receivers. They both have star running backs that are the essential part of their offense, but most importantly, that this is where it comes down to, when it comes down to those differences between 1st and 8th. It's absolutely that defense, and we're seeing that Danish Lose has that great defense because they are keeping themselves in that. But again, just the same, almost a safety, and they're gonna punt from their own end zone. So With less than a minute to go in the third quarter, Flappy Pappies have the ball deep in Danish Lou's end of the field. Starting on the 33 with a 2-point lead, and that is Forte. That was the backup running back on that one, Forte. Handing it off to Titanic. He's gonna, he runs into a big crowd. He's gonna get 9 yards, and it's a 2nd and 1. End of the third quarter after this play. Barber throws. Picked off in the end zone by Fortinal. Oh, a huge error. A huge error, as that was just such a great play made. I don't want to downplay the defender's catch on that one. I don't want to say it was just an error, but he just got himself into position last second and plucked that one out of the air from possibly a touchdown, but they're going to give it right back. Powell picks off Tucker Hughes. And, well, they only go back about 10 yards, so Carpathian Titanic's going to get him 5 of that. Down to the 36. 2nd and 6. Titanic all the way down to the 22-yard line. Gage Barber has done just enough that he needs to do. 13 for 22, 124, touchdown and a pick. He has managed this game so well, and it almost sounds like it's a backhanded compliment to say he's a game manager. But when you have a star running back, that is enough on some days, and he is proving how important that is. His defense is coming in. He's going to get sacked by Salami Bites, which is going to put him back to 3rd and 21. So now is his time. He's got to come and just make a big play like he will. Throwing it long. Oh, incomplete. Had the wide receiver open. I'm going to call that one on the wide receiver. I'm going to say Gage Barber did just fine on that one. They're going to try to kick a very long field goal, a 50-yarder. No good. So Danish Lou's down by 2. 7:06 to go in this one. Scientific Map's going to get us all the way up to the 44. 2nd and inches. Tucker Hughes with a big drop back. Oh, and he gets chased down and brought down by Laxatavian Brown Note. Surprised we haven't said that name before. A 13-yard loss on that sack, and Pollard will get some of it back, but they're going to call him on offensive holding. And believe me, I think a lot of the vagabonds, derelicts, and the rest of the commission in South Tucson are starting to talk about these holding calls. And I believe the big question is, ain't our children learning? And to be fair, I don't think that is the case. I think they may want to encourage that sort of scrappiness. So maybe I think they're talking about, making a compelling argument that the referee should call holding a bit less in the future. Obviously, in the middle of a season can't do it, middle of a postseason. But that might be something for a little bit of the rule changes next year, as Titanic, brought down for a loss of 1 by Harvey Gack. As a veteran linebacker on Danish Lou's, he has been with that team for a long time, and what a solid season to go out on for Harvey Gack. I believe he's 13. I believe this will be his last year. Just a veteran defensive leader on that team, and it's great to see that the team gets a solid season after never really having just this sort of level of success in the past. It's nice to see. And Hughes, it's picked off by Casey. Well, that's going to set him back. That was a chance for Danish Lou's to maybe take the lead, and Carpathia Titanic's just going to take him all the way down to the 21. Well, it's now a clock management game, but that's incomplete. They might feel like this is not going to be enough. And Gage Barber throws it. Oh, it's incomplete. So Danish Lou's might be doing what they need to do here. I think pitch play to Titanic. That's at least going to kill some clock. And it's 4th and 10. Down to the 3 minutes to go. They'll let it wind down to about 2:35 and miss the field goal. A 48-yard attempt goes wide. And Danish Lou's have a chance to take the lead. They have 2.5 minutes. They are starting, they started from their own 26. They are now going to take the 2-minute warning from their own 29. Caught by Newscaster all the way up to the 47. This would be amazing if they were to get a touchdown. This is the chance to do it. Hughes is harried. There's a flag on the play. It's offensive holding. Oh, no. And that puts him back 1st and 20 from the 37. Hughes able to fend off the defenders. The rush coming, and he just throws it. It's an incomplete 2nd down. 1:48 to go. Hughes. Oh, great evasion. Just cannot get the ball away. Oh. Well, they're going to get pass interference against the defense. Dwayne West, with that penalty call, gives a new lease to Danish lose. Incomplete, another flag. Offsides on the defense. So that'll just whistle the play dead. 2nd and 5. Oh, 1st and 10 from the 43. Okay, they will take that, and yeah, it's okay. Yeah, pause the penalty resulted in a 1st down, and Pollard, Sylvester Pollard with he looks hurt. He's down, but he's getting back up. 2nd and 1. You can just tell how tiring this game is. It's been just a battle in the trenches, and Hughes gets hit again. Loss of a couple down to the 43. 3rd and 10. This is a huge play, and they stop him. They have to go for it. This is the game, basically. 4th and 22. Hughes, a lot of time, gets rid of it. Oh, it's incomplete. It bobbles off the hands of the receiver. And it looks like, I think this will be enough for Flappy Pappies to get this win. Carpathia Titanic gets the 1st down, forces the final timeout. Gage Barber will hand this off once more. No, he's going to throw it, I guess. I don't know why they're doing that. Caught by Dan Marley Edwards. He stays in bounds. They tackle him. He gets out of bounds. Well, I don't know if it has anything to do with that minus 2.5 that we were looking at, but Titanic, he's tackled for a small loss. 2nd and goal. And it looks like Flappy Pappies might just be content to let this one run down. Again, there's no place for kneeling in football as far as the people from South Tucson are concerned. But my goodness, we are looking at a false start. Oh no. Well, that's going to stop the clock. What a mistake made by Flappy Pappy. He's going to move him back and stop the clock, so they have to take the snap. Barber is hit, and that's going to keep the clock moving. I would have just let him throw it at that point. Oh no, the clock is still going, down to 11 seconds. I think this is going to do it. They get one more hit in just for the hubris, but Danish Lose put up a valiant effort. They will end up taking this one. They will end up taking this one. The final score, 16-14. The 1 seed, Flappy Pappy's Pancake Shanty, just barely make it through to the semifinals by defeating Danish Lose Chutney House. 16-14, that final score. The 8 seed bounces out, but a great season nonetheless. Well done to them. We've got our next game coming up in just a few. It is number 4 seed Mama Lugano's Legitimate Spaghetti House playing their first ever playoff game against the number 5 seed Smoked Meat Every Day. That'll come on just after this. We're going to take a brief break. We'll be back in just a few. And we apologize. We missed the beginning of that game. We have for you smoked meat every day. The away side in the white jerseys, red pants, green helmets, up 3-0 from their first possession. And Mama Lugano's, the number 4 seed, in all black home attire. Their veteran running back, Marvelous Virgin, with that first gain. And he's going to get a big catch downfield, but there's a flag. Oh, it's all going to come back from holding. Well, 20 yards so far for Virgin on that one carry. That could have been a whole lot more. And Mormon Whitecastle Jr. brought down to the backfield by Big Z Wedge.
Sit up.
And with the football back, Downs with the big catch. Smoked meat every day. Their first time in the playoffs under this iteration. They are the former Pablo's Roadside Tacos team. A lot of those players still there, including Gary, Indiana, veteran quarterback. Oh, he had a receiver open, wide open. Could not make the grab. Going to hand it off to his young running back, IV Stucker, head to the embiggener. It's going to get him back to 4th and 12. Makes it a field goal of 35 yards from the right hash, but it's good. So, smoked meat every day. Take a 6-0 lead over the 4 seed Mama Lugano's, appearing in their first ever South Tucson Youth Football Playoffs. 9-1, just by far. And Virgin with the catch and makes a big rush. Oh, Blob makes the tackles look easy to evade like a video game. And Marvelous Virgin gives Mama Lugano's the lead with the extra point, 7-6. Late into this first quarter of our second quarterfinal. Mama Lugano's with that first round bye. What an explosive play, and that is what Mama Lugano's has in their arsenal. That's what any team playing them has to watch out for. Indiana is hurried, but he's got a big, 3-card Montague touchdown right away, but it's coming back. Oh, Hassan Downs, the running back, called for a holding. Completely nullifies the play. Oh, he's going to hit McClellan to get a lot of that back. 13-yard gain, but it's 4th and 11, so it's a little more manageable of a punt. But that just turns this entire drive sour. And Virgin, we go to the embiggener, and we see they got about 7 on that one from Marvelous Virgin. 98 all-purpose yards here in this first quarter as we draw to its close. 7-6. Tight one once again in the first quarter of this game. Whitecastle with The snap and hands it off to Virgin. He's going to get plenty of yards on that one, down to the 33. First and wide receiver open. It's Browning. Marcel Browning, 12 yards for the first down. This is a scary offense. Mama Luganos have just loaded up this year, and it shows. That only loss on the record is to the number 2 seed Francois Creperie. Duder Skeleton with that catch. They were pretty dominant for the most part in any of their other games. You never felt like they were out of it. They may not have always won easily, but you never thought, oh, there's no way they're going to get this, but they're going to get picked off in the end zone. So this is probably the best challenge they're getting all season, save for Francois Creperie. Wow, we are seeing a very interesting first half so far. Indiana gets brought down in the backfield for a loss of about 8 by Ovarian Barbarian, one of the top recruits on defense. Mama Luganos, they have that firepower on both. And Virgin again gets out of the backfield, down to the 2. 2nd and 2 for White Castle. They got a long field to work with. They got a wide open receiver. Oh, it's Virgin again. They don't know how to stop him. He is totaling 151 yards. About half and half when it comes to rushing and passing. He's going to take over that with rushing. And it's going to tack on an extra... Going to be 91 and 77. Norman White Castle Jr. getting... Oh, they had nobody on that guy. Spontaneous Hambone, the linebacker, just strolled on in and hammered him. He's going to get chased down again and tackled for another loss of 8. So at 3rd and 27 with less than 2 minutes to go in the half, they somehow find Duder Skeleton in triple coverage. I don't know how he made that catch. And it's now 4th and inches, and after all that, they have to punt it, but they at least can... well, it's going to be a touchback. I was going to say they can pin down Smoked Meat Every Day, but they are not going to do that. And Ivy Stucker will get the carry. He'll get kind of launched forward for about 3 yards. 1:20 to go. Gary, Indiana takes a giant drop back and incomplete pass. Probably the best thing you could ask for. That was like quadruple coverage, it looked like. And Ivy Stucker, another handoff. Might be content to just kind of let this clock run down and take a 1-point deficit, unless they can get into field goal position. But I don't think they wanted to commit any sort of dangerous plays that might result in Mama Luganos extending their lead. So maybe running it, going for some safer passes. But again, they're going to air it out. Just as I say it, they air it out. Incomplete. Ivy Stucker down to the 35. Smoked Meat Every Day with 20 seconds to go. Have a lot of opportunity. Oh, they get brought down for 1, but well, 2nd and 12. They could probably get one more play off. Indiana, a lot of time to throw. Caught by Gant. Oh, he just kind of trucks the defender who was ready to pick it off, but time expires. They don't have a chance. They don't have a chance to get the kickoff. We're going to pause for station identification. The second half continues in just a moment.
KYST 89.3, The Bowl. And now time for South Tucson Youth Football, simulcast on AM 1400, The Ground, and on South Tucson Local Access Channel 22.
Oh, man.
And we are back with the second half. Mama Lugano's on the drive. Even more agonizing to see when Smoked Meat Every Day had a chance to take the lead, even by 2, with a field goal. But they're putting nice defensive stop on Mama Lugano's right now. And we're starting to see where the difference makers are in this playoff. This is, a 9-2 team, a 9-1 team. These are easily teams at the pinnacle of South Tucson Youth Football, and you can see the big difference. Their defense comes alive when they need to. Unfortunately, they're facing another team with a strong defense that just really is that difference maker for when the offense normally would put on huge amounts of points against lesser opponents. Well, Smoked Meat Every Day get the ball back with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Still early in this second half. A 1-point game, 7-6. Gary, Indiana gets rid of it just before getting hit. And it's Jabroni Robbins, the veteran wide receiver, making that grab. Gary, Indiana airs it out. No good there. That's IV Stucker getting tackled in the backfield. 3rd and 16. So again, just trouble. These large gains are coming at a premium now, as Smoked Meat Every Day will have to punt yet again. That's fielded by Brooks at 14. He's got a lot of room to move. He's going to get all the way up to the former first down marker. Going to mark him at the 38. And up comes Mormon Whitecastle Jr. That was a return of 24 yards for Mama Lugano's. And they're going to start off with, just short of a first down. But it's going to get called back by offensive holding yet again. I don't like to criticize the referees too much, but I feel like they are calling holding a bit too much these days. And I'm not going to be one to suggest that they don't call it at all. But I'm not saying that the commission of South Tucson isn't going to maybe think that's the case. So who knows in the future? We'll be sure to let you know as soon as we find out something from the commission and their decisions of any sort of rule changes going forward into the 2021 season. Again, we've already seen the season move to a January to April season. Again, for weather purposes here in South Tucson, it's really, really miserable in September. And that was almost picked off in the end zone by Smoked Meat Every Day, but Mormon Whitecastle Jr. Gets another shot at it. 2nd and 10 from the 18. Marvelous Virgin is just running through a child, just dragging him along. He had him by the ankle, and he was dragging him along like he was running on a treadmill, and he got 4 yards after all of that. Incomplete pass over the top. They'll have to settle for a field goal. This could be a 4-point game. Is up. It's good from 31 yards. 10-6. Mama Lugano's. Just the tiniest bit of breathing room, a little bit more, but this is a far from over game.
Tonight.
And just like that, smoked meat every day, return with a touchdown, their first of the game. And they take a 3-point lead. Like I was looking down at my notes before they even did that. Wow. 2:40 to go. Still plenty of time left, but it's a 3-point game. And you almost feel like the urgency has kind of just hit Mama Lugano's all of a sudden. This is not a team that's known to rest on their laurels. That's a 12-yard pass. The Go-Gurt squeeze. Right up the middle. White Castle again. 1st and 10 from the 47. Incomplete. Got batted down, I think. Off the line. That kind of took a serious deflection. And a big gain up the middle. Down to the 39. White Castle. Throws it over the middle. Does not get the completion. Go. But it's going to hit Clayton, who gets tackled at the last possible moment. Down to the 1. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. White Castle decides to throw it. Evades the tackle. What a great move. Hits Go-Gurt squeeze across his body. What a play. He made that so much more difficult than he needed to. Takes the snap. Runs away from the pass rush. Throws it across his body to the far corner of the end zone and still gets it. 17-13. Mama Lugano's take the lead in the dying seconds of the third quarter. I want to remind you that tomorrow at the very same time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. local time here in South Tucson, we will have the other 2 quarterfinal games. Number 2 seed Francois Creperie make their playoff debut against the only higher seed to have lost, the only upset as far as seed numbers go last week. Papa Joe's Child Escort Service, the number 10 seed, took out Holy Balls, the 7 seed game, in the 7 seed versus 10 seed game last week. That was a bit of a surprise. They will face Francois Creperie. Everyone is looking forward to that one. That's going to be a big question mark. How can Francois Creperie bounce back? Their last game was their first loss of the whole season. The Kebab Barkers in that championship game, a huge upset. Can they bounce back when they need to? Because now it certainly is win or go home. The second half of that session tomorrow features the 3 seed Rancho Robusto plus-sized warehouse taking on the 6 seed Twin Towers Construction, champions out of the BCC, taking on champions out of the BSB. That should be a great one already. Cannot wait for that one. Duder Skeleton with a nice catch. Gets about 12 or 13 on that one. 12, I think it is, down to the 47. 8 minutes to go, and time is slowly going to be, is quickly going to become a factor here. Mama Lugano is just happy taking time down off the clock, moving the football. Nice West Coast style offense and making short plays, but handing it off to the running back. Virgin gets it down to the 5. The mark at the 6, actually. That's where his knee, I guess, must have touched. And White Castle, a lot of time to throw. Hits Virgin in the end zone. Touchdown, Mama Lugano's. Suddenly, this game is wide open. 24-13, an 11-point lead. Still a lot of time to go. 7.5 minutes left to go in this game. But that is the biggest lead of this one. Robbins. Big return up to the 35. They got one of their star wide receivers returning kicks. You know they want to. They're focused on getting good field position from the very start. Gary, Indiana moves away from the tackle and incomplete. Almost had a catch. Would have been a fantastic catch. Save. Ivy Stucker breaks the tackle, gets the first down, and then some. He's going all the way down, passes midfield to the 44, and a first down. Under 6 to go. Indiana lines up behind center. There's a flag on the play. This might be ruled dead. Hits Hurst for 8. And I think they're going to go ahead and decline that one to second and 1. Give him 9 yards on that one. So penalty decline for the 9-yard gain instead of the 1st and 5. And incomplete over. Looks to go to, well, there were 2 defenders and 2 possible receivers on the right side, and Stucker is going to get tackled for a loss. So That is going to force a punt with 6 minutes to go. I mean, they're playing the long game. They're planning on their defense coming alive. But I think that might have been a misstep. I think Mama Lugano's offense is really starting to click and find that gear that they've had all season. And Virgin will stop them short of the first down. 2nd and 3, 5:20 to go. Looking downfield, caught by Gogurt Squeeze, breaks the tackle, no one there, touchdown, Mama Lugano's. And a flag coming back late. It's all coming back on holding. Holding. Oh, well, I guess they're going to hand it off to the Marvelous Virgin again, who's going to get, well, he's going to get 18 of those yards. So that's going to result in a first down. And honestly, as far as Mama Lugano's is concerned, that allows him to keep this clock moving and force Smoked Meat Every Day to use a timeout sooner or later. We're already down to 4:06 to go. I mean, you don't want him to score, but at least you get the ball back a little quicker. I don't know. Maybe there's a solution there. I don't really know. But 3rd and 8, if they can force a punt, which it looks like they're... Oh, Virgin broke free from that tackle. I thought it was going to be for a loss. We're down to 1st and 10. 3.5 to go. They're just going to keep moving this football. That is incomplete. Stops the clock. Mama Lugano's do not seem to be worried about anything right now. They seem to have this game under control. That's an incomplete pass. 3rd down, and it looks like we're starting to see that it might be Flappy Pappy's the 1 seed taking on the 4 seed Mama Lugano's, the 4 seed Mama Lugano's Legitimate Spaghetti House in the semifinals. Chalk is ruling the day today. No good on the field goal, so it ends up being a win. Despite some time being drained off the clock for Smoked Meat Every Day, they're down 11, 2:40 to go, and they have the football, but they're going to start off with a sack that puts them behind the 15. 2nd and 20 from the 14-yard line. Just to get to the 2-minute warning. I think we'll get there maybe one more play beforehand. No, looks like we're going to get to it now. Fabian McClellan making that catch down to the 4, to make it 3rd and 4, down to the 30. And Ivy Stucker gets the first down, forcing the first timeout for Smoked Meat Every Day. They have 2 minutes. They need 2 scores, 2 touchdowns to stay alive and force and maybe keep their dream alive. They've already gotten the 1 win in the playoffs by defeating Burns and Crackle in the first round. They feel like there's more to do for this team. They didn't get that win over Rancho Robusto. That's why they couldn't play in the championship game. They hit Hurst. Is it going to be stopped short of the... Yeah, 4th and 1. They're going to have to go for it. They call another timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining. 1:42 to go. Indiana throws over the head of the defender and the receiver. It's a turnover, and I think at this point, Mama Lugano's can go ahead and run this clock down unless Marvelous Virgin just gets all the way to the end zone. They can't stop them. I mean, you can't blame them for that. They call their last time out, and Marvelous Virgin, well, they might have just taken him out, may have taken a knock to the knee. So they're going to sit him a little bit early for this game, but we got to hope that he will return for that semifinal, which looks like it will be Marvelous Virgin versus Pappy Pappy's, and that's a touchdown getting called back for holding. We saw the flag. We figured it might have been the case, but nonetheless, the clock stops with 82 seconds to go, but this game looks in the bag for Mama Lugano's. They'll throw it at 2nd and 20, but I think they can just go ahead and run this one down. I think this is basically over. They will hand it off to the backup running back. That will be Bryson Connor. Gets a yard on that one, and they'll happily take this one down to 4th and 20 for an attempt at a 43-yard field goal.
Sit up.
Smoked meat every day. Will they have time? 10 seconds to go. They're throwing it downfield. That's going to be, well, they are playing to the final whistle. It does look like it's all under control for Mama Lugano's with less than 10 seconds to go. Gary, Indiana gets sacked one last time. 4th and 26, and that will do it. The final score, 27-13. Mama Lugano's Legitimate Spaghetti House kept it close for a while, but they pulled away late. I think that scores does a little bit of a disservice to Smoked Meat Everyday, who played a great game, just were stopped on defense time after time by the 4-seed Mama Lugano's. Chalk wins the day today. Our earlier game, 16-14, the final score, a close one, but Flappy, Pappy's Pancake, Shanty move on as the 1 seed defeats 8 seed Danish Chutney House. And they will take on the winner of this past game, Mama Lugano's Legitimate Spaghetti House. It's 1 versus 4 next week in our early game, as they defeated Smoked Meat Every Day by that score of 27-13. The 4 beats the 5, the 1 beats the 8, and they will do battle next week on Saturday in the first game of our doubleheader. Both semifinal games, will be, I believe, Saturday of next week. As we know, one of them, it will be Flappy Pappy's versus Mama Lugano's. Who will it be on the other side of the bracket? Our first game tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. local time here in South Tucson, Arizona, is number 2 seed Francois Creperie, the team that went undefeated in the regular season, then lost in a massive upset in their championship game, 10-1, making their playoff debut with the first round bye as the 2 seed, taking on the number 10 seed Papa Joe's Child Escort Service, the champions out of the Child Services Conference, or the CSC for short. And our late game has the number 3 seed Rancho Robusto Plus Size Warehouse, the number 3 seed, and the Big Small Business Conference champions, taking on the champions out of the Blue Collar Conference, the Twin Towers Construction, number 6 seed, in what should be a fun, offensive-focused game. That's all to come tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Arizona time, locally here in South Tucson. We'd like to thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all for watching this. We hope to see you again here tomorrow. My name is Brian Hughes for KYST. That's saying, one last thing to say, so long, Arizona!